What will you become? A meditation. The best thing my mother ever did for me was bringing God into my life. Growing up with mom was hard. Having God in my life made all the difference. I often think back on what my aunt said to me once. She said the best thing your mom did for you girls was to make you go to church. And she was so right. I often sit and ponder, who would I be now if God hadn't been in my life? Having God in my life has made all the difference. I think back to those two little girls who used to ride on the church van. We were the van kids. That's what we called ourselves. We were the kids that the van picked up while all the other kids at church came with their parents. I remember the first Sunday when the van picked us up. I looked at the white letters that said Ottawa First Church of the Nazarene and nervously held on to my sister's hand as we climbed the steps together. I couldn't understand why my mom stood at the door waving goodbye to us, but I had my sister, so I proceeded to the van. Wide-eyed and unsure, I sat in silence as my sister looked up at me with reassurance. It wasn't the only time she did. I was scared. I always was, and I didn't even really know why. When you're a child, you don't understand the fears and insecurities that adults lug along with them. Each Sunday, my sister and I would sit at the door as we watched our cartoons and walked down those steps and up those steps to the van that took us to the little church that became our home. We went alone, and that was normal for us, but having God in my life has made all the difference. A few years ago, God gave me this verse from Deuteronomy 7:14. It says, "You will be blessed more than any other people." God began to show me that because He is in my life, I will be blessed more than my mother was. And indeed, I have been. God has come into my heart and has performed a miracle. He's given me a heart of flesh and has made His home there. Now I'm awake and alive and flourishing and thriving. What am I becoming? I am becoming the person I was always meant to be, and that's because God's presence is upon me in a powerful way. Who would you be if God wasn't in your life? In what ways has He miraculously brought healing to your life? What on earth are you becoming? You are blessed more because He is a part of your life. You will be blessed even more when He captivates your heart and becomes your life.